Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, Tom Dog 247, and as always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Woo, baby, all right. So, we got ourselves a fun show for the most part. Because I really have some things to talk about, and I almost thought about not doing a show tonight because of how boring the show would be. But I luckily luckily a topic came up, and I'll be more than happy to talk about it. So yeah, this may be a relatively short episode, as I always say. So let's get to the shout outs and everything like that. Big shout out to my good friend Josh. You have a few more date. You have some more. Um, you have until next week to um, next Friday, I believe, um, to listen to Absolute Talk with Josh Albert on Podbean, because after the 31st, it's going to be no more. Um, so yeah, it is pretty sad to see him go, but we will have him on. I'll have him on, so different times and everything like that, and see what they got going on, what he's doing and everything like that, and a bunch of other stuff. So keep in touch and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. So, but in the meantime, listen to his podcast um, till the 31st. He has some great episodes on there. I'm featured in a couple of them, and we have a lot of fun every time. We had a lot of fun whenever I was on and everything like that. So yeah, check it out over at podbean.com / absolute talk. You will love it. Actually, it's absolute talk at podbean.com. So, um, big shout out to Leo and the gang over at the Dorkening Podcast Network. You guys are doing an amazing job each and every week, and love the things. Um, Love all the shows that you put out there and everything like that. Keep us entertained for every single week. You know, I can never trying to keep up with so many shows that you have, but it's worth the drive and everything like that. It's really fun and everything. And another shout out to one of the Dorkening members, Jar Jar Jeremy, who was at CT GamerCon last week, and yeah, he did a pretty good job and everything. I saw some of his videos, and he did a very good job. So big shout out to him. And um, check out the podcast over at the Dorkening Podcast Network, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and you'll have a great time doing so. And of course, big shout out to a good friend Mel over at Melly Playful and Tengu on YouTube. She and her friend Tengu are having a wonderful time playing some video games, and you'll have a wonderful time watching them play those wonderful video games. And like watching people play video games and having a good time, then this is the place for you over at Melly Playful and Tengu over on YouTube. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You can trade in your video games and consoles. Excuse me, from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area and you want to check out this wonderful, wonderful store, and also they also will take good care of your video game console if for some reason it doesn't work for you, or you bought something from DK Oldies and your console does not work at all. So they'll take good care of you. And so yeah, big shout out to them. They do a wonderful job and everything like that. They have comic books and everything like that. And it's like, you'll be like a kid in the candy store, and you will absolutely love it. And check out their website, as well as a list of events that they have going on. And plus, also, if you want directions, you can check out their website over at mjvideogames.com. And then when you're done with the shopping at this wonderful store, you can also you can snack on some goodies over at Hardcore Sweet Bakery, and located here in Southington, and you will have a great time. And you can take a look at their stuff that they have over on their website over at hardcoresweetbakery.com. So, all right. So, quick little update before we get going with tonight's show. This weekend, this Saturday night, is our Wrestling Prime special. It's our WrestleMania special. We're going to be doing I'm going to be doing a predictions episode, and might have a few guests on with me as well too, to bang heads and everything like that. So nothing has been confirmed, but I hope the ones I reach out to do show up, because it'll be a lot of fun, because I really don't want to do this episode by myself. I really don't. But yeah, it's really going to be a really good episode, and yeah, it's going to be well worth it and everything like that. So those who I reached out to, and are huge wrestling fans, let me know. We'll put you on. And because also, not only that, it's the last Saturday of the month, so it's more than a great time to kill two birds with one stone. So it's going to be an all WrestleMania episode, and then next week will be our double episode WrestleMania special, which will be the review. So I already made the graphic for both of those nights. However, unfortunately, I didn't make any graphics for the for this Saturday show, but we'll work something out. We always do. So yeah, it's going to be a very good show, and hopefully, ones I reached out to will show up. I hope. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because the ones I reach out to is really good, especially my co-host who's supposed to be on the show with me. Always has commitments, and I understand and everything, but it'd be nice to have the number one Hall of Famer, Wrestling Prime Hall of Famer, T Black, on my show. So because his interview with Funaki was still the most watched Wrestling Prime episode. Just putting it out there, T. Your interview with your video with Funaki was really, really cool. And so yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So let's hope that you heed the call, answer the call, I should say. so, so yeah, we got a lot of fun coming up on Wrestling Prime. So you wrestling fan, definitely worth checking out. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Um, so I wanted I wanted to talk about a certain thing last week, but during the monologue. However, I I passed that up to I put that on hold because I wanted to give a special shout out to Rich from Review Tech USA, and I'm glad that um another quick shout out to him that glad your daughter's doing okay. So but thoughts and prayers are still with you, buddy. So um but a few weeks ago, um I would say like at the beginning of the like around the beginning of the month or like the week half weekend. Uh, excuse me. I um I was watching Jeopardy and they were talking about um there was one category which was movie quotes and everything. I believe it was movie quotes, and there was a line in there that they were talking about. It's a Wonderful Life, and the contestant said every time the famous line in that movie, um, every time a bell rings, the angel gets its wings. And apparently that was the wrong question. And I'm saying to myself, huh? Okay. So it's like I think that contestant is correct because I could have sworn I heard it that way. So I went on to Amazon Prime on Prime Video, and because you could watch that for free, and yeah, I have this ruling where I don't watch any Christmas themed movie after Christmas, like because I keep that reserved in December. Any Christmas movie that's on streaming, I'll watch them, or I'll pop in my He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. Long story, but yeah, it was a pretty good, a pretty, So I was like, oh, you mean to tell, and I was mad because now I was literally mad because now I had to pop in I had to watch that movie up, and I sped it up to the end, and it was like, thank you, and I was like, and sarcastically I said, thank you very much, there, Ken Jennings, for making me wanting to watch a Christmas movie just to watch that tagline. And so yeah, I was frustrated, and apparently, yeah, the proper terminology, the proper tag, um, is every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And I'm thinking to myself, why is it his wings when it's when technically angels can be either male or female. So technically, the proper terminology would have been its. And I didn't want to open up that Pandora's box, but because I'm like debating on a Christmas movie, and I'm like, really? It's like here we are in the month of March, and I'm debating, and I'm debating over, you know, a Christmas movie. But yeah, that was the thing, and I was like, what the hell, man? And so yeah, the proper terminology is every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So so you can chalk that one up into the Mandela effect because I did, in the Mandela effect category because I could have sworn I heard it, but I was wrong for once. So yeah. So yeah, a little bit of education there for you. So, Dorkening, you guys aren't the only ones that are educational. So yeah. I've been this show has been educational for the past 20 years now. 20 something years, I should say. 21 years. Either 21 or 22 years. I forgot now. So yeah, gonna have some fun. Um so yeah. Uh, Spring has sprung, and I'm glad for that. It's been very nice and comfortable lately, so I don't have to worry about, you know, wiping my brow here, you know. Just saying. Don't worry about it. But man. But yeah, people are still complaining about me, and yeah, we had to change our clocks back, or the sprint forward, change our clocks forward. But a lot of people, there are some people out there that that can't stand. There's a lot of people. Actually, there's a lot of people that can't stand daylight savings time, and I'm like, why is everybody so upset? I can understand if we were still living in a time where we didn't have technology that said itself. It does. Believe it or not, I was born into it, molded from it. Daylight saving, I don't know what it is. Daylight savings time does not give me a problem. And you know why? Because all our electronic devices, you don't have to set unless you're in a time period where it didn't have that technology where it can set itself. I'm just saying. And I didn't really have to change, and I didn't have to change nothing. It's like I got, we got, I set the time on, the only thing that I had to do was turn off the daylight saving time in my car, in my car, and all I had to do was push one button, and that was it. So, because I had to go into I had to go into the to the vehicle settings, and it gave me an option to turn off daylight saving time, and then it's like click it off, and there you go, and it sets itself. So I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, and even and not only that, and I stopped messing with the clocks. Um, that doesn't have that technology, to set itself. So I just leave it alone. I do. I keep it on the right time, and then when fall hits, I just keep it. And it's like what and everybody complains, and why is it not 1 hour? Why is it the clock back? It was like because I don't want to. I'm lazy. Just leave it alone. It's like we don't look at the clock on the coffee maker as it is anyway. So why does it matter? Well, what about the microwave? I was like, we can't even look at the timer on the microwave anyways. I mean, really. I mean, it doesn't even bother me. It really does not bother me. You know, so what? I lost. So yeah, you spring ahead, you lose an hour of sleep. You fall back, and you gain an hour of sleep. Okay, but everybody complains. Why is the timer? It's like I hate daylight saving time. Why is this a thing? It's like it's been that way for many, many years. We don't know its place of origin, but there's a lot of theories behind it. And apparently we've been all wrong. So why have it? Don't know, don't care. So yeah, daylight savings time does not bother me at all. I know the schedule. All I need to know is when's daylight savings time. Then there you go. Then I have no problem. Don't need to worry about that. I really don't. So yeah. For real. It's like time moves fast when you get older anyway, so why does it bother anybody? I mean, really, you ever notice that? You ever notice how time moves fast when you get, every year when you get older? I mean, it was just an hour ago where it was sunny out. And it'll be daylight again in an hour. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not that fast. You know who really doesn't have a problem? Who really doesn't have that problem with daylight saving time? The Flash. Which one? All of them. Like it doesn't bother them. They could just go back in time because of how fast they go. They don't give a shit. I don't think it bothers Barry Allen, to be honest with, or Wally West. Just saying. I'm surprised they don't make that a thing in like comic books or in the comic books or in or in TV or the upcoming movie where Barry Allen gets all pissed off because it's daylight savings time. And I was like, what the fuck? Daylight saving time. Let me sleep. And most people don't even work. And here's another thing: most people don't work on a Sunday. Who cares? It's like, why complain? It's like, oh, we have to wind our clocks back. It's like, yeah, if you're living in the dark ages, it's like, get used to it. I complained the only time the one I only complained once in my life about daylight saving time is that and that was when I never knew what daylight savings were when I was first introduced to it. I'm a baby in diapers, and I'm like, all I do know is eat, sleep, and poop. Oh yeah, my mother used to call me little shit. I guess those diapers was the reason why she called me little shit. Used to get into some hijinks. And that was the thing that she always said is, "Oh, you little shit." So, all right. Okay. I think it's time to start the show. Monologue over. So, this week's episode of Mandalorian. It was good. Moving on. Blockbuster. There's talks about Blockbuster Video might be making a comeback, and when I first heard about this story, I thought my father actually told me this. It was like, yeah, we heard on the news that it was like I heard on the it was like I heard on the news that Blockbuster Video might be coming back. I'm like, how? It's like, it's like, are you bullshitting me? And it's like, I know it's not April Fool's. So I mean, it's like, where did you hear this? Where did you hear that nonsense? So I heard it on the news. Fake news. But no, it's a real deal. It's like Blockbuster Video might be coming back, and might be coming back. And I'm like, Dad, there's only one Blockbuster Video that I know still exists in the U.S. and it's off in the West Coast. And if anything, if it was going to make a comeback, the only logical thing that I could think of seeing it come back is seeing, how Redbox has that that kiosk where you put you put a couple of dollars in, and you can rent any movie you want um for as long as you want, for like maybe a day or two, and everything like that, and then there you go. And it's like, one stop shop for that. You can get any DVD or Blu-ray, or they used to have video games, and not anymore. But yeah, I mean, I could see them doing something like that where they can have like a kiosk and have it in select stores, work like some sort of deal where you can have that kiosk either inside or outside. But yeah, I think that would be a really cool idea. Um, or do what they used to do when they were competing with Netflix, and that's doing bringing back the streaming service that they used to have. I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, you could rent movies through and you can rent movies digitally on there. I think that would be really awesome. Um, I don't have a problem with that. Make that, because apparently, from what I understand, their um their website is back up and running. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Um, unless there's more to it than what we know. And I'm going to dig more, and I probably should have did this before I even talked about it, but even I'm dumbfounded by it. So, um, I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to dig a little deeper into the rabbit hole, and I'll look on their website, see what's going on, and then I'll continue with this discussion on next week's show. I think that will be the most logical thing that I can do, unless if somebody in the chat knows more about it than I just talked about, and saves me the trouble of clicking on their website. But I'm still going to click on the website because I love it. It's like, just so I can relive the good old days. Oh, by the way, I'm having um I'm having Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. I have it neat in this little hardcore sweets koozie. Shameless plug. But yeah, it's an awesome koozie. Um, okay, um, so yeah, like I said, I'll keep everybody up. I'll look at the website, and then I'll continue this discussion on next week's show. I think that'll be good, but I'll probably keep that as a monologue and everything. So, All right, we got one more topic to discuss, and this could be a really long segment because there's so much to talk about, and I'm sure everybody is aware of it right now about TikTok and the stuff that's going on with uh, that app. Apparently, the government uh, wants to, the U.S. government wants to ban it here in the states because they fear um, that the Chinese government might try to snag data from, you know, trying to acquire some data from us, and this and the app was created in China. I do have a problem with the guy's name, and I apologize. So I'm not even going to bother looking up the guy's name or even try to pronounce it because I don't want to offend nobody and everything like that. So I'm just going to leave it alone. But I will say that the CEO of TikTok was on was at the hearing um, early. I believe it was either today or yesterday. Um, I forgot which, and they were talking. They were talking about it, and yeah, it was a. So he was trying to advise the Congress or state um like legislators or whatever um in charge of this hearing. um he was assuring them that they have no no reason to snag data from Americans, and millions of people in the US have streamed on TikTok, and you know acquiring tons of views, likes, and so forth. And yeah, and it's not I watched some of their videos, and and not too long ago I started putting videos up myself, and because I was bored. So now I'm only kidding. Um, no, because I figured, what the hell, I'll do something, and the videos I put up there are not that bad. Um, they're okay, I guess, but I mean, I do have a lot of fun with them. The one that's really gotten attention was the one I did with where they had the AI, and I'm looking like where they take it where an AI um filter takes an image of my face and it becomes anime. I actually have it on my shorts on my YouTube channel, and it's also, and I also because I shared it through from TikTok. So yeah, it's been getting some pretty good feedback, especially that the dirty pun that I gave with a happy ending Sunday that I had at Friendly's. Need I say more? So yeah, if you my you want to check out my TikTok, you can follow me on TomDog247. Just look for that piece of shit logo. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not a piece of shit logo. I mean, it's creative. It really is creative. Uh, I know I'm traveling off base about this, but this logo, I never really explained the origin of this logo, but I think it speaks for itself. I mean, it's a big it's a capital B with one hump, with one hump taken out there and everything, to make it look like a P. So basically, what it is, it's two P's, uh, just one flipped upside down, mirror flipped upside down. So yeah, and believe it or not, you want to know how I made that logo? Through the logo creator, um, through the logo create crew logo member, crew logo creator on Rockstar's uh, social page. 10 years ago. That's how I made it. And then when I started doing shows on here, I had one logo that I also made on the logo creator, and I was like, you know what, I want to change it up a little bit. And I figured because I wanted to bring back Brilliant Productions. So there's a lot of history just on this, just on this. So because at the time when I started Brilliant Productions, and this was back when I was doing cable access, um, I didn't really do anything with it, and I um had that name shelved. So when I came up on, when I started doing shows on YouTube, I said, let me bring back Brilliant Productions, but instead of saying that long ass name, why not break it down and call it Brill Pro? So, and I think that's a lot better than saying that. And so yeah, I did so all this time I had this logo that I made on the Rockstar website and on their social media page. And yeah, it was their social uh network, or whatever the fuck they call it. And yeah, it's really cool. And I originally wanted to put it up on there, and I didn't go about doing it. So I just said, you know what the hell? I'm just going to keep it on. I'm just going to keep it for myself. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about going back on there and doing something with that. So, and and actually bringing it to um GTA Online. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. So yeah, but anyway, so now my logo is I put the logo on everything. I put it on my group page on Facebook, my Twitter um picture. I have it for my Twitter profile picture. I have it on TikTok's profile picture. Um so yeah. So wherever you see that logo, that's me. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. But I'm planning on changing. But I do want to change. I do want to change it. You know, to spice it up a little bit. but then I don't because I don't want to go through the work and it's just like, it's just a hassle. But anyways, but yeah, TikTok, but TikTok, everybody knows how I feel about TikTok. Um, because of those stupid challenges that was going up on on the app. They had the milk crate challenge, the destroy the school bathroom challenge, punch the teacher in the face challenge, um, the and the dumbest one of them all, the getting out of your vehicle while coasting and doing a stupid dance. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You hear a song, you just get out of the car and you let it coast for a little bit. Um, and then you just get back into your car like like you're some sort of stunt man. And it's stupid. And 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 I've been very vocal about my feelings toward these TikTok challenges, and I don't like them. All except for one, which is not harmful in any way, which is the Home Depot dating thing that they got, trend that's going on right now, and which I'm still I'm still looking. I'm not being successful in that area. So yeah, so it's not working. So, but I'm not giving up. I'm determined. God damn it! But we shall see. We shall see. Um, but yeah, so people are the government is getting involved and turning this fun, harmless in a way app um into a political issue because they think that they feel that they're going to get involved in future political elections, uh, like with Russia did back in 2016. And we're not going to talk about that because it's over and done with. Whatever you want to believe, that's your business, not mine. But the truth is out there. But anyways, but yeah, it's an issue, and I felt bad for the CEO because I was trying to explain to this to this council that they had TikTok has no intention on uh you know they the the crew behind TikTok has no intention on stealing any data from anybody, because we all know that stealing data from a social media site is wrong. And and obviously yes, because and to some point I do agree with the Republicans, and this is the Republicans saying this, and for once I'm actually agree with them, and it feels like I got a paper cut, and I don't care. But um, they're going to saying that anybody who's being elected or either in office or in candidacy um to be in office, should not be on TikTok. I'm using their words, not mine, but on TikTok or any other social media apps. And I tend to agree with them. Because first, everybody knew how I felt about about Donald Trump being on social media, and he wouldn't stop. He was just being a bully. And there are some Republicans on there that are continuing being hurtful and hateful on there, so it's a continuing trend. And it doesn't matter what party you in, because I'm like pissed off at both sides. And then you got Joe Biden, uh, posting stuff on there, and I'm like, I don't, I don't, I don't follow him. So I mean, I do follow him, but I just don't react to them. So yeah, I don't care, because I don't want anybody. I don't want any elected official or anybody that's working in the government posting stuff on social media, because of this reason, because they could say something that's going to bite them in the ass. May I tell you about a woman named Hillary Clinton? That name ring a bell? It should, because remember the deleted emails? And the government was and the Republicans were giving her shit about. And Donald Trump saying that he demands to see those deleted emails, knowing full well that you can't see something that's already deleted. That's like saying that's like saying that you're going to kill something that's not dead. You can't kill something that's already dead. Really. I mean, really. But yeah, so yeah, that so yeah, this is what's going on. And to be honest with you, it's a mistake if it does get banned, because you're gonna there's a lot of people out there that you know for teens, they're the only one. And I looked at the petition poll, because there was a petition made, and I wasn't aware of this, because there was some sort of poll being made, and it showed that the percentage that approve of this um that approve of TikTok being banned in the US are people who are old enough to be either my father or my grandfather. And I'm 44, so my age and lower don't seem to don't want to see that fall apart, because there are some people out there that actually do make a living on TikTok, and I guess they're making some sort of money um on there. And YouTube's compete catching up to this as well too, with what they're doing. And I think it's a pretty good, they're competing with TikTok, because they have a shorts feature, which I mentioned before too. And and if you're already on TikTok, if you're already on YouTube, and you have and you have like a channel already, then yeah, you be able to do that. You'll be able to post that up there. And Something going on here. Okay. So yeah, it's a bit, it's a big deal. And me personally, I don't have a problem. What I do on TikTok is harmless fun and everything like that. And yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm like, I'm not, and there, I believe there's an option where you don't have, and it says it on there. They don't share data and everything like that. And even though I don't interact with people, I don't really interact with people who I don't who I don't like. If they don't, I don't interact with people who don't have a legitimate screen name, who don't have a profile picture, and I certainly don't interact with people who um who want to sell me their body. I mean, really, I don't interact with those people with that, because a long time ago I was a sucker for one of those, and that's why I'm not on date sites anymore, because I was scammed and catfished and whatever you want to say. But yeah, you know, there are some good qualities about TikTok. There are some bad qualities about. There are also some bad qualities about TikTok. The bad qualities of TikTok, I already mentioned. The TikTok challenges, they have to go. Or or if they're going to keep do the challenges, then that's fine. But enforce these challenges, enforce the rules, your standards and practices, that where if you're gonna post a challenge, let TikTok review the challenge first before it gets verified and goes up on their app. Then when the app is then when you have then TikTok will determine whether or not they can go it'll be okay to put on the app. And if they think that it that it qualifies to be um that it goes with their standards and practices, then they can say, okay, there you go, it's up on the, we review the video, and yeah, you can keep that up and continue to do more, as long as you're keeping within the standards and practices of our app. If it doesn't, then guess what? Automatic deletion. End of story. So yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And this can also um this also can be useful, because now that Susie Wojcicki is out from stepped down as CEO of YouTube, and this other guy's, he could change this around to where I mentioned that a while back, that he could change this around. He could change this app around, that he can accommodate to everybody, where everybody can be happy and free. And I think it would benefit a lot of people, especially moi, especially, just saying, because you know it can be helpful. And yeah, but yeah, TikTok, you know, is fun. as long, TikTok can be fun if you just you know follow the guidelines of their standards and practices, then you'll be fine. But and the government needs to butt out. It doesn't pretend, it doesn't mean to you if, and I'm sure there's a lot of intelligent people out there that that will be more than happy to report of any suspicious activity that goes on within the app. For instance, data being data being compromised, and you know that sort of thing. Then yeah, it should be a red flag. But give them, put them on a, you know, how in the movie Animal House, where they had that double secret probation or whatever. They can do the same. The government can do the same thing with TikTok and say, listen, we're gonna we're gonna put we're gonna do it this way. Have a U.S. branch to serve here, to have work on a compromise so that the U.S. and China can accommodate everybody without any fear of any data being stolen, because nobody wants their data being taken from them. I know I don't, and it can work. It can work if you don't, and yeah, China has every right to refuse an offer to sell that app to the Americans. They are within their right to do so. Can't you know because I know that offer was on the table and said, listen, we'll let us buy your app, your service, and we can have we can bring that down to Silicon Valley or in California or whatever, and they can have a branch there and do it there. And that's a recipe for disaster. But so far, this is all wood here. Knock on wood. That there is no data being taken. Nobody's no data is being corrupted. There's no there's nobody from China um meddling with the U.S. affairs and everything like that, unless of course somebody's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing on TikTok, like flashing your tits or injuring yourselves in a way that it might kill you or somebody else. Just saying. So yeah, it's not a big deal. So TikTok is okay, and as long as people continue doing what they're doing and not fuck up and leak something out that they're not supposed to, TikTok will stay for a really long time. But until then, government needs to butt out, because unless there is actually something going on that that's that can easily flag flag the CEO of TikTok and shut it down completely, then yeah, then however, The United States government has no evidence whatsoever that any data from TikTok is being compromised. So, and even the CEO has said that, that, there has been no data being taken. And, and he's trying to get in, and I feel bad for this guy because, in fact, he's trying to get a word in edgewise, and, you know, the council is actually getting on his case, and, not letting him speak. And I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. Just let the guy, let the person talk. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. If you think that there's something shady going on, then do your fucking research instead of assuming that there's something wrong. You hear me, U.S. government? Butt the fuck out. And this is one of the reasons why I should be doing, I should be posting a rant. But you know what? I shouldn't. And it's like, apparently this is a media issue, and we're all about entertainment here on Channel X. And yeah, sometimes politics does rear its ugly head into entertaining affairs. Just take a look at the big entertainer that was president from 2016, from 2017 to 2021. And now he's being indicted because he showed his dick to a porn star. And gave her money to shut up about it. That's good drink. I mean, really. Damn, I actually wanted to watch that replay of me drinking that drink like Donald Trump. Well, we got something better. We got something better. The Hamburglar. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. The Hamburglar. That bit never gets old. But yeah, TikTok is fine. I have no problem with TikTok. I mean, a lot of I've seen a lot of people do some really cool stuff on TikTok, and Velvet Joker being ones I watch a lot of, and yeah, it's really cool, But yeah, the government needs, first of all, government doesn't need to be on stuff, doesn't need to be on Facebook, doesn't need to be on TikTok, doesn't need to be on Twitter, certainly does not need to be on YouTube. Remember back when YouTube was fun? Now there's news up the ass. There's CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, Fox News, BBC, local news, ABC News, NBC News, CBS News, Newsmax. I'm sure there's more, but we don't need to do that. When I go on YouTube, I want to be entertained. I want to watch. You know, I want to watch Leo and the Gang on the Dorkening. I want to watch the Nostalgia Critic, Angry Video Game Nerd, sometimes my stuff, um, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Game Grumps, Rich from Review Tech USA, um, and yeah, and so yeah, I enjoy, that when I go on YouTube, I want to be entertained, not to be dealing with bullshit. And there's too many, too much news articles and everything like that. I just don't want to, I don't want to, sometimes I will, I admit I will watch an article from CNN from time to time, only if it's worth watching. But 95% of the time, I'm not even on it. So yeah, the 95% of the time, I'm watching my favorite YouTubers, and yeah, and that's how it is. And whether it's small streamers or big streamers, I'm being entertained, and that's just the way it is. I and yeah, there are times where I'll go on TikTok and watch a 15-second clip, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Or I'll just watch a video on Facebook, or I'll watch a porno on Twitter. but but yeah, the government needs to mind their business and everything like that. Let people have fun on the streaming service, on the social media app. Let everybody leave everybody alone. If there's any drama going on that involves you, I'm sure you'll be notified. But until then, mind your fucking business. You know, if you think that that the CEO of TikTok is guilty of doing thing, do yourself a favor. Do your research first and get the fucking facts straight before you even go and try to shut something down that actually never happened to begin with. You don't you want to shut down because you don't understand it. And I admit I don't understand it too, but I'm still posting videos and having fun. And but but you're older than I am. You're older and you don't understand. So it's like that Will Smith song from a long time, from back in the 80s and 90s. Parents of the world just don't understand. And it's like, ridiculous. Leave everybody alone. Let people who go on TikTok every now and then, all the time, have fun. There's nothing wrong with having fun, you know, because technically by you banning, because technically by you banning, and if you successfully succeed into banning TikTok here in the US, you have destroyed everyone's right of freedom of speech, and the most important one that gets overlooked every now and then, freedom of expression. So yeah, that's what you're doing. You're taking innocent people's constitutional rights away from them. Their right to free speech and their right to express themselves. Think about that before you do something that. And not only that, it's going to hurt. It's also hurting you in the long run because what if that does happen? What if TikTok does get banned in the US? What's next? YouTube. What else is next? Twitch. What else is next? Facebook, Twitter. Anywhere where people have a voice. Just saying. Just saying. And if you have that problem, if you do have that problem of TikTok meddling in with everything, then do yourself a favor. Bring back Vine. Remember how good that was? See, social media can be great without politics and government butting in. Politicians doesn't need to be posting stuff on social media. None. Or any other streaming service. Take them all out. You have apps. You have apps to put them on. You don't need to go on Facebook. You don't need to go on Twitter. You don't need to go on TikTok. You don't need to go on Twitch. You don't need to go on, and you certainly don't need to go on YouTube. All those social media apps can be a whole lot better if politics butt out. And I've been saying that for years. So fight the good fight, TikTok. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. I'm behind you. We're all behind you. Those squares in Washington, D.C., they're too old to understand. And people fear what they don't understand. So, and yeah, I use that mindless cliche. And on that note, it's time to say goodnight. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. And if you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check out this video as soon as I turn off the camera. Thumbs up the video if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Comment down below on what do you think about. Do you think Blockbuster Video should make a comeback? Let us know in the comments section down below. Right down there that I'm swirling. Ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. And be sure to support small streamers like myself by doing the most number one important thing that you could be doing for all small streamers like myself, and that is, and we will love you forever for it. We will. We really, really will. And I just got a new follower today, and thank you for subscribing and everything like that, because my 141th, make sure I got that right. Oh, 142nd follower did what everybody should be doing, what everybody else should be doing that hasn't followed me yet, and that is face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time. Same Tom Dog channel X. And we'll see you all again here on Saturday night with a brand new episode of Wrestling Prime, talking about WrestleMania, giving predictions for WrestleMania. Hopefully, we get some guests come on to join in, and have a nice little panel discussion um, on some matches that I want to talk about. And yeah, I want to talk about them. I just don't want to. Please, please, please join with me. I don't want to do the show by myself, please. I don't want to do the show by myself. Join with me. I don't want to be the only one with this. I want to see other boxes like the Brady Bunch. But yeah. But here, Channel X, same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. We'll see you all here next with another brand new episode of Channel X. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace. Take care, everybody. Love you all.